for those of you that don't know, this is Dr. Joe Mercola. I think most of you out there do know that, and I'm truly, 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 truly honored. I forgot. Yeah, his hands.
Well, I broke my fourth metacarpal.
How'd you do that?
Tripped into a wall in pitch darkness in a hotel room. So
stuff happens, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm totally honored that you're here, and I mean, you've been a huge, huge influence in shaping my whole drive for what I do, and I want to thank you for that as well.
You're welcome.
And I know we're both pretty much on the same mission. You're almost probably out there as far as I am. Maybe you're a little bit more reserved than I am. But, I mean, we understand that the world is under siege.
Mm-hmm. No question, yeah.
Yeah. And I feel it's just important for us to really, I think you said it in there, is to be leaders, to really communicate to the world and wake the world up. What do you think are some of the biggest issues that's plaguing the planet right now? What about Fukushima? Do you think that's a threat?
Fukushima is definitely a threat. We don't talk a lot about it on the site because it's our strategy is not to instill fear in people unless you can do something about it. And
right.
The challenge is that there's really little that you can do unless you get into some really exotic strategies that we could talk about offline. But
well, I thought about starting like a Kickstarter program globally to raise money to do whatever we need to do to stop something like that. I mean, I don't know.
There is technology that exists, but it's not accepted in the traditional conventional science modes.
Well, that's the whole thing, is we need to get outside of the conventional.
Yeah, because conventional system's not going to work. But it's a big threat. I guess it all stems from this concept that one can easily research and analyze called the electric universe, which basically expands on Tesla's concepts. Tesla was just an amazing genius whose knowledge was suppressed. I mean, there's this whole direction that science took pretty much. It was like the Einstein conventional approach versus the Tesla, and they chose that. And the forces in power like Carnegie at the time and others that kind of suppressed his knowledge. So. But there are people who picked it up and are actually have that ability to use that technology.
What was your first impression of Cal Jam?
Oh, I loved it. It's just great. I mean, it's just awesome to be, at an event where you have that music coming on before you that is just great. It gets you pumped up.
Yeah, it
really
definitely gets you pumped up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I used to go to seminars all the time, and I would get pumped up, and I would always think, well, if we put music on top of it.
Yeah.
And one of the things, too, people always, like, when they hear that song, they're always going to come back to thinking of, Cal Jam, and like you speaking after Won't Get Fooled Again. And I think music's so important because it's a universal language that everybody understands, and it just raises a vibration in people. Do you think you'd ever come back to Cal Jam?
Yeah.
All right, good. Now, I got banned on your site.
I don't know how that happened.
Well, I mean, I'm sometimes probably a little bit more vocal than I need to be, so I probably just need. I think you probably had people on your page complain or something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Yeah, I know you can, and I'll tone it down a little bit. I just sometimes, sometimes you get inside. You get that feeling that it starts to boil up inside, and that's probably what's going to happen to me tonight with my talk. But I mean, literally, we've got to shake this world.
Oh yeah, there's just no question. Yeah, because it's not going in a good direction.
Right.
But we outnumber them
the thing is,
significantly.
But the thing, oh, dude, that's what I get.
Yeah,
that's why we
just have to corral them and be a leader to show the people the right way to go.
Right.
Because we can win just in numbers alone. I mean, that's our strength is the numbers.
All right, and let me ask you a question, and if you don't like the question, we can edit it out. I mean, to me, I think people have to get over some major hurdles to really get the whole agenda. I mean, do you feel there's a depopulation agenda?
I like to stay away from
conspiracy
theories because there's so much stuff that's not conspiracy that you can
that
focus
is a
on.
good point, but
I mean they already try to discredit me for so much. I mean,
yeah,
just
of
by
course,
telling the truth. So if I add another thing on top of it, then and I'm off. Because my position is to get on some of the major media, and it's a bit of a challenge. So you start eating stuff on top of that, then I'm discounted completely, and I can't get on major media.
Yeah. So do you think that would be a drawback if I bring those issues out to people?
No, it depends on what you're. No, not at all. No, I think that's really part of the truth, and who knows? I mean, unless you're in their inner circle, you don't know if that's their really agenda. But it would seem to make sense. Whilst I mean, these people they control like the vast majority.
They control everything.
95% of the wealth of the world, or more. You know, so I mean, they don't need the money.
No.
Clearly they don't need the money.
Well, people ask me, well, who's got the money to pay for all this stuff? I go, well, basically they make the money.
Yeah. They own all
Can I
the
ask you another
things.
question? And this is going a little deeper as far as maybe political issues.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your impression? And again, if you don't want this to go on the air, we can take it off, and we can cut that out, right? What's your opinion on 9/11?
Well, again, we stay away from conspiracy theories, but I think the evidence is pretty strong. You know, that shows that it wasn't what the government is telling us. It seems to be, if you objectively analyze it,
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
But
that's there's so much stuff. I mean, putting fluoride in the water supply, they're putting mercury in the metals. I mean, for 200 years. I mean, this isn't. No one questions it's a potent neurotoxin. You know?
Right.
I mean, vaccines is a whole other issue. It's like there's so much stuff, but we tend to stay away from.
Yeah,
that.
and I totally get it, because you're like up there. I'm just trying to get at least my people here at Cal Jam to understand that, you know, everything isn't perfect, and we need to really look at the really big picture to understand why all these processes are. It's like a chessboard, and you got to understand that every day one more chess piece comes in, and to a point where, yeah, I mean, maybe we do outnumber them hugely, but the thing is, if they've got technology that can decimate people, and again, that's not your opinion, of course. That's, you know, I just have a firm belief, and you know, here's the deal: you and I have lived beautiful lives. I'm thankful to God every day for everything that I've had, but I'm really concerned about the youth and what kind of planet
there's no question. The future is not looking rosy at all.
But that's why we need to really wake up people. And
well, that's why I'm excited about this technology, because it would provide really miraculous types of inventions, essentially drawing in from the plasma currents of the universe, of free energy machines.
Of course.
So I mean, if you have free energy, that really is the crux of everything, because it would. You know, you could have unlimited water. Your food supply problems becomes, you know, a non-issue. Building almost everything, it becomes, you know. So you've got the resources if you have that type of technology.
So they exist. Cartels, though.
Yeah.
Which you're gonna.
Yeah, you have very powerful forces that are preventing that from coming forward, and you know. But now we've got internet which communicates widely. So, you know, if you don't try to commercialize on that technology and you share it with everyone for free, then it becomes more likely to be implemented rather than being squashed and suppressed like it has been.
Two more questions before I got to go out and play some music. Where do you see Cal Jam going in the future as far as growth? Because it's exponentially growing.
That's great. You know, this is my first time here, so it's hard to say. It's like 1 point on a graph. So
right. Okay. Good. And then your other point about the internet. Do you ever see them trying to restrict the internet?
Well, I hope not. You know, anything's possible. It's really difficult to predict the future. But I never, you know, most of the people I review as consultants and experts didn't believe they'd be able to suppress the truth about the monetary system. I mean, they were predicting financial collapse long before we have today. But they might keep it going for a while. It's a charade. So it's hard to predict what's going to happen in the future. I hope not. My gut feeling is they won't.
It seems like it's so intertwined with everything. It's impossible.
Nothing's impossible. They could do it. They could do it.
Yes.
I just think there would be
revolution.
There'd be such a big, massive revolt against it that they wouldn't survive it.
Right.
That would be that's what I believe. That could be wrong.
Yeah.
You never know. So it was just great being here.
It's been an honor.
Phenomenal energy, and
I mean, there's certain people you get around and you have that awe, and I have totally that awe around you. And
well, thank you.
I'm just honored that you came and shared, and you did an amazing job. And just want to let you know I love you and appreciate everything that you've done.
Thank you for everything you're doing too.
Rock and roll, brother.
All right.